Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another Mili reaction. Today we have Extension of You. This one is a long time coming. I've had many comments over many months wanting me to get to this one. And with this comment by Human Being in the comments of the last video, we're finally getting around to it. And I'm going to get to hear what makes this song so damn special. So many people have said this one individually. I've had a bunch of individual comments with a bunch of likes on every single one of them, but just never quite pulled ahead. So we're finally here. We're finally going to be listening to this one, and without further ado, let's go. Very sharp synths.
First thing I learned, I have to breathe. Secondly, I learned to eat, to chew on red meat, clean my teeth before going to sleep. Hello,
okay.
Good morning. I learned to speak, describe what I see. There is me and there is you, who knew everything. Teach me
okay.
how to sing. Teach me how to sing. Teach me how to sing.
Oh,
Da, 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 da.
I love the additional line of voice there.
My
Great
skin
doubling choice.
with pieces of cotton.
Oh,
Linen.
okay. So far I'm getting
The most vulnerable
robot and or creature learning how to be a human.
My ribs open up, made room for beating hearts.
Okay.
Stainless steel happens to my shoulder, pierces through my rubbery skin, upgrades
Okay,
me
so robot.
with a pair of limbs. My head opened up, made room.
Heads aren't supposed to open up.
Contracting, muscles getting bigger under my rubbery skin. I've became
Okay.
what I thought was human. My structure expands
This is really neat. This is well done
than you.
for how the song is expanding as we go.
Allow me to be an extension of you.
There we go. She said the thing.
Then I learned there are many more delicacies, tomatoes and cheese. I
Okay.
learned the good and the evil. Learned your boundaries, learned your mortality. You're out of service, out
Oh.
of service, out of service.
Oh, no.
Out of service.
Android child doesn't understand how death works. There's the emotion there. Kind of like their own version of crying. Oh, that's cool.
And I ask myself, is there meaning at all?
Valid question.
I know that bodies rot, but where are yourself? Where are all your thoughts?
Oh, ooh. Oh,
Wanted to believe that
right.
ghosts are real, that ghosts are real. There are still many things that I want to know, stories left untold. Does it feel good
Oh,
to love?
oh man.
To hand out your all, to hand out your all. Does
This
it
is very straightforward.
feel good to hate, to shelter oneself, to shelter oneself? Does it feel good
But I love
to live,
how it's presenting it.
treasure the now?
This is really well done, as always.
Does it feel good to die, to live your next life, to live your next life?
Oh. Oh. Ooh. They learned to sing a little bit there at the end. Okay, again, very straightforward in my opinion for a Mili song especially, but that doesn't make it bad. This might be one of their best ones, honestly. All right, so this song was doing a lot of very straightforward things with the lyrics especially, and again, that's not a bad thing. I actually like how this is presented because it's so straightforward. That's the exact logic a person that's trying to figure out who they are, in this case, this android or robot, whatever, trying to truly latch on to those ideas over time, and they're walking us through a lot of those and explaining how they're expanding their own understanding of the world, just straightforward from their creation to the point of their own creator's demise. And it's like, okay, shit, well, now they're understanding things a little bit more, but they still have questions to ask that they no longer can answer. I like that they walked it through like they were being created almost like a brain in a jar, in a way, where like at first they were very small. You could also see this as some sort of like biomechanical sort of thing where they were born as a baby, and through their explanations in the song, they were physically growing, albeit a lot of that's probably more akin to upgrades over time and things that the creator was doing to them to make them feel like they're growing up over time and still leaving the same general core of their memories and understandings intact. So they're able to continue learning naturally, and that's something so far advanced from the technology we have, where something would be able to be born in some way and then naturally be able to live life and learn as it goes, truly understanding what it's like to be human and developing that understanding over time. And we're getting to see all of it, which is just really, really neat, to the point where like they don't understand that their creator's dying. They think they're out of service. Like they haven't experienced that yet, so they have to figure that out, and through that they think they're out of service because that's probably the only terminology they know. It's a very binary concept of like, okay, this is on or if it's off, and they don't have any personal experience with it, so how would they learn? If this was their first time experiencing death, they would be very confused. They would be trying to find logic in it, repeating the thought over and over again, trying to develop different connections to different things. Why is this acting like this? Why isn't the creator standing again? Not getting it, trying to cry in a way because they know that that's something related ish to the situation. Like they're just not sure, you know. Like it's very cool seeing this development in the song because it's just so human in that way. And again, being very straightforward in the understanding from there on in the song, where they're like, I wanted to believe ghosts were real, which I feel like is a way of them saying, I wish I had the imagination that humans do, but I know I don't have the capability to really think of that. Like all they're getting is like the basic concept of, yes, bodies rot. I've seen meat rot before, so I understand that's what you're made of, and I know that that's a thing. But where are your thoughts? Because all they know about in that context would be the synapses that they have, the like digital currents that they're feeling. They've only ever seen thoughts in like a physical manifest. They've never seen it in like this gelatinous blob of gray matter that somehow creates thoughts. Like something that isn't fed that understanding wouldn't know what the hell's going on. It would just be like, how did you store your memories? I would like to see them so I don't feel so alone. And they don't have that choice because that's not how humans work. And through the last little bit of the song, they're starting to finally get it a little bit. Like they're starting to understand, even if they don't know exactly how it's like to do all these things, how it's like to die, how it's like to live alone. These things are foreign concepts to them, but they're forced to live with that reality because it was handed to them completely by fate. So they have no choice but to learn. And by the end of the song, that creation starting to figure out how to sing, which wraps it all the way back to the beginning of the song. That's just such a cool way to bookend this lyrically. Again, this is one of the most straightforward, but also one of the best written in my opinion. I think that this is the most simple way to explain the story like this, but also the most human way, is explaining it, just the very easy to understand concepts, basic human functions, until you get to the point that isn't a basic human function, that is a commonality in life, something you would be forced to experience, and through that makes you more human, that makes you change. You know, like if you've ever lost somebody in your life, I'm sure you've experienced a similar turn in your mind. Like if you were old enough to see an older family member die at the point they did, you would have that exact same moment. It would make you mature in a different way because it's happening to you. It's a very personal experience, and if you don't have that, you wouldn't know what to think. Or if it's happening to a friend, you'd be like, oh, my condolences, but it hits way different when it's you. So that's kind of what this character I feel like is going through. And then musically, through the composition, they were matching the tenacity of this character as well. Like as they started out, it was a lot softer. As things started to get a little bit more hectic, a little bit more busy, they were learning more about the world. It was getting much more bright and things were like flourishing more. There was more of the world that they were seeing. Musically, everything was broadening. There was less tension and much more resolution to everything that they were doing until things started going wrong and until they were forced to experience reality. And that's when they reintroduced some of those more tensive aspects of the song. There was a lot more dissonance, more clashing in there. It was still pretty, but it was definitely more sorrowful by that point. They were reintroducing a little bit more of this like melancholic feel to it by the end, when at the beginning that happened, and then as they learned, it was starting to kind of go away. They were going into more whole chords and full chords, major chords, and then again by the end, it was just like this pensive but also kind of childlike introduction of this music box sound, and it just kind of being this sad way to go because there's no real clear answer to what the end of the story is here. It is the beginning to a new beginning. Every end is a new beginning. And I think that was kind of the point of this song, where like you need to learn everything you can to become a human. And even if that isn't the case of this character, where they're taught a bunch of things by somebody, you never know when that tragedy is going to strike that's going to strip away everything that you've known to be the norm. And like, how do you process that? They don't know. So just getting that reality smacking you across the face is one of the hardest things to put into a song and make it feel so weirdly real. But Mili did it. Cassie did it. The fantastic lyricism here, but also great backing with that instrumental, as I expect from Yamato Kasai. He's amazing all the time. I just love how this flourished out. It really blossomed into a full, beautiful picture before receding itself back into that one music box again. And then they learned how to sing, and that's where they left it. I've been yapping about this one pretty much straight through. I don't think I've messed up talking more than twice. It is rare I get a song that gets me yapping this cohesively, but this song did it for me. Ooh, this is at least top 3 of my Mili song picks right now. This is just brilliant all around. It's really simple, like I said, but that's all you need it to be most times. Keep it simple and you will make an art piece like this. This is just brilliant. But I have yapped enough, so I will stop here. Thank you all so very much for watching. If you have something else you want me to get to from Mili, or maybe something from Project Moon, by all means drop it in the comments below and I will do my best as always to get to those. Or if you just want to follow me and support me for more stuff coming in the future, you know how to do all that. And I will see all of you in the next video. Goodbye!